Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This pre-market post-scan report is for trading on Thursday, July the 27th, 2017. The time is 13 minutes after 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jumping right into the overnight action, we do have some green on the screen popping off. The Dow futures up 43 points at 21,689. The Nasdaq 100, just as I told you, 59.90 and three quarters, up 42 and three quarter points, marching toward that 6,000 that we've been talking about. E-mini S&P 500 24.79 half, up six and a quarter. The Russell gaining strength at 1444, up 2.7 points. And I think this one is on its way marching to at least 1460, 1470. Natty gas is up about three ticks at $2.91. Gold is up $12.80. Last trade, 1268.50. We hit a high of 1271.30. Way to come back on the gold. Silver up 30 cents at $16.76. Not as impressive until we get back and close above 17. Crude oil marching along. It's down about 5. Yeah, it's down about 5 right now at $48.70. It did hit $48.95, so it's still powerful. And the long bond weaker. It's down 27.30 seconds at 152.10. And soybeans up 8 cents at 10.08 and a quarter. So soybeans trying to find some support around that $10 level. Will we see beans in the teens? Who knows? But it's marching along. Looking at the FX now, the euro is down 11 pips at 117 quarter. It did pop off all the way to 118.08. All right, so it's strong. The pound up 43 at 131.59, and the Aussie is up 17 pips at 79.86. And the dollar trying to catch its footing after falling to a whopping 93.15 has now ran 83 pips up to 93.75 half. So a lot of fireworks going off in the overnight market. Moving right along to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 1.52%. Ethereum is up 0.11%. Litecoin is down 0.44%. Bitcoin's trying to hold support at 2,500. Ethereum is trying to find support at 200. Litecoin is trying to find support at 41. And it's trying to break that 42. It really wants 42 to be support right now. Last trade is at 41.86. And let's see, your Ripple is up 0.21%. It's trading around 17 cents. Your Steam is up 3.53%, trading at $1.26 after hitting $1.32 in the overnight. Looking at the Veritasium, unfortunately down 8.72%. Last trade is at 0.7111 ethos. So that's where you are on the Veritasium. Just a lot going on, folks. Of course, yesterday, Fed decided to leave those rates alone. So the markets did what they do. Now, will we see a take back Friday tomorrow? It's tough to say. It really is. The markets have been all over the place. There's so much news coming in. I don't really think there'll be a real significant take back Friday, only because there's so much pent-up energy in the stock indexes, for one. And even though the coins have been, on a roller coaster ride, for the most part, they have come off a lot. So that's going to affect your GBTC, your BTSC, and your BITCF. All right. It doesn't seem to be affecting NVIDIA or AMD. And the reason being is because these two stocks uh, have been beating on their earnings, things like that, making a lot of money. So they're going to catch bumps for that. Nvidia seems to just be on a course. It's just not stopping. I think it's going to 200. I don't think we'll see any pullback in the Nvidia until we get to 200. And let's just take a look at that real quick so you can see what I mean. All right, here we are, 169.93. All right, that's where you were, 169.93. Currently in the pre-market, you at 168. All right, so come off a bit um, from that high, but we closed at 167.26, and last trade here is at 168. So a little bit of bump. But this thing has been on a tear, as you can see here, and you got rampage coming up. So this thing is not stopping. It's going to continue to rally into next year. AMD seems to be gathering some momentum as well. New high 1565, and I think this one wants to really get up and go too. You got more rampage coming also. Just not stopping. Now the GBTC has no pre-market activity, so we won't know what's going to happen until this one opens, but I'm suggesting I think we're going to see more pullback possibly coming into the open. Same thing with the BTSC. In a similar fashion, it's looking a little bit worse. More controversy with the BTSC also, even though it has stronger open interest than the BITCF. And the BITCF, though, seems to be on a better footing. You got more green in the screen. So let's see, this is 1.6 million shares on the BITCF, BTSC. So far, we're at, almost 20 million. So a lot more open interest in the BTSC as far as liquidity, but it's just not moving. Like, here's this chart. This is the BTSC, then here's the GBTC. So you can see what I mean. All right, here's GBTC. All right, and then here is BITCF. All right. So in the penny category, BITCF trend is better holding together. All right. It closed at 38 cents yesterday. But the Nvidia and AMD seem to be getting the lion's share of the roller coaster movement from the Bitcoin. So those tend to be better plays at this point. But if you want to have something in your back pocket to take home, the BITCF, it's not a bad idea. All right. Let's see here. Oh, and we got some news. It's a lot. I may just go ahead and do a separate video if time permits, such as the big news behind the BTCE arrest and Mt. Gox connection. Just like I said, it's a bunch of coinage news coming out. $110 million BTCE fine as U.S. vows crackdown on Bitcoin exchanges. I told you it's coming, folks. You regulate it and then you take it over. Bitcoin Cash, why it's forking the blockchain and what that means. Veritasium founder claims $8 million in ICO tokens were stolen. This is a big one. All right. Yet another initial coin offering ICO project is claiming that it has been the victim of a hack. Just a week after a prominent ICO saw its sales disrupted, the team behind Veritasium, the issuer of the cryptocurrency called Veri, V-E-R-I, is claiming 36,000 of its tokens were stolen and subsequently exchanged for Ether. After one user posted a screen capture of Veritasium founder Reggie Middleton mentioning the hack on Slack, Middleton later confirmed the theft. There, he said, the hackers dumped the tokens within a few hours and without the public knowing about the hack. Based on the address of the hacker or hackers that Middleton located in his post, all the stolen tokens were exchanged on EtherDelta, a decentralized trading platform of which 80% of the volume is in Veri. The exchange only supports the Veri to ETH trading pair. According to the transaction time, nearly $8 million worth of Veri were traded to ETH. The consecutive large sell orders for which led to a major drop of Veri exchange price to ETH. Middleton said in the statement that while the hack is unfortunate, the stolen amount was less than 0.07% of the total supply of tokens. In the meantime, he touted an impressive demand for Veri amid the flash liquidation by the hacker, which bolstered the token price. Middleton later responded to CoinDesk claiming that all the stolen tokens came from the company as opposed to investors who participated in its ICO in April this year. According to Veritasium's website, the tokens are being used to build a P2P software for capital market trading. Since the address is ours and we did not authorize the withdrawal, we came to the conclusion that it was hacked, Middleton said. Data on Etherscan.io shows that the 36,000 tokens were taken out from the origin address alleged to belong to Veritasium and transferred through 6 additional newly created addresses before being liquidated. 2 hours after the claimed hack, the same address also shifted out an even larger amount, over 96 million Veri. However, Middleton said they emptied the wallet as soon as they sensed a potential threat. He continued to say that a supplier of the company was compromised and that this led to the hack, but refused to offer additional details such as the name of the company or the attack vector. I will tell you the name, I will tell you the source. If you want to know, all you got to do is put these 4 letters together. GOVT. Your U.S. government is behind it all. You better believe it. You better believe it. You never read or heard the interview of the Confessions of an Economic Hitman? All right. Well, that's what's happening. All right. You don't have to believe it. You just read it. You just saw. You just heard me say it. All right. So if you guys want to peep the article, you can feel free to do so. I give it to you raw and I give it to you unfiltered so you can see things for yourself. Here it is right here. All right. Here's the date. Here it is. Here's the link right up here. All right. There you have it. All right. Can't make stuff up. All right. It is what it is. Deal with it. You don't like it? Oh well. I keep telling you guys that they're going to continue to hack and do this until they're ready to roll out their own version of things. They're not going to let nobody slide. All right? It's just the way it is. They have to disrupt this thing. They can't let it continue without them regulating and controlling it. And so since they're realizing they really can't stop it, they can't really control it, what they're going to do is just ban it. So the only way they can do that is to have their own version of it first. That's why they're investing in it. They're using their shell corporations and things like that. Goldman Sachs is involved, JP Morgan, all of those guys are involved. They do the bidding of the government. They're like the Blackwater of the finance operation for the U.S. government. Don't ever forget that. All right. There are the 2 shell companies that they use. I call them shell companies because that's what they are. They're pseudo government companies. All right. And that was Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They had to fall back. They did massive work for the U.S. government. All right. Made the Fed all types of money. And now you don't really hear too much about them anymore. They're in the background. But JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and Deutsche Bank and other entities like that are still operating on behest of the central banks. And yes, there's more information about that. I don't want this video to be 2 hours long, so time permitting, I'll upload some more videos today. We'll get into it. But with that being said, postwavetrading.com, do yourself a favor, learn how to navigate these murky waters of these markets with the central banks attacking and hacking. Learn how to put things in your favor despite what they're trying to do. And with that being said, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace. Mini S&P 500 2479.5 up 6.25. The Russell gaining strength at 1444 up 2.7 points. And I think this one is on its way marching to at least 1460, 1470. Natty gas is up about 3 ticks at $2.91. Gold is up $12.80. Last trade 1268.50. We hit a high of 1271.30. Way to come back on the gold. Silver up 30 cents at $16.76. Not as impressive until we get back and close above 17. Crude oil marching along. It's down about 5. Yeah, it's down about 5 right now at $48.70. It did hit $48.95, so it's still powerful. And the long bond weaker. Uh, Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This pre-market post-scan report is for trading on Thursday, July the 27th, 2017. The time is 13 minutes after 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jumping right into the overnight action, we do have some green on the screen popping off. The Dow futures up 43 points at 21,689. The Nasdaq 100, just as I told you, 59.90 and 3/4, up 42 and 3/4 points, marching toward that 6,000 that we've been talking about.